Hey guys, so in this class, we're just going to talk a little bit about some of the magical uses, not medicinal, magical uses of some of the herbs you're going to use a lot. You're going to come across a lot. They are some of the most common herbs that there are. And these are ones that are very easy to find. They're easy to get a hold of, whether it's at a local shop, on Amazon, whatever. So let's kind of delve into it. There is going to be a humongous list right here in this section. It is 44, 45 pages. I'm just letting you guys know, but it has so many herbs on it and a quick overview of the magical uses for them, as well as other names that you can find for them. So the first one I want to talk about is alfalfa. Alfalfa is for money or prosperity, and it's one that's used in all kinds of workings, burnings, etc., to bring in money and prosperity. The next one is aloe. This one is for protection and luck. And a lot of people have aloe plants around their house. They're very easy to grow, especially if you live in the southern area of the United States or in areas that are very warm. These are to have a peaceful energy in that space, whether it's your home, your garden, etc. They protect those who live there. So it's a great one to have in your house. I have a very large guy that I've had for several years. I love him very much. So anise is the next one I want to talk about. Now there's two forms of anise. There's anise star or star anise, and there is also anise seed. What we're going to talk about here is anise seed, and we'll talk about star anise here in a little bit. So anise seed in particular is to stimulate psychic ability, to ward off the evil eye. It's for protection and spiritual purification. So this is a great one to drink in water. It does have a little bit of a licorice taste, but it's not too bad. This one you can actually find at the grocery store, guys. It's pretty easy to find. Apple is the next one. And while apple's not technically an herb, it is when it comes to traditional medicine as well as magical uses for things. Apples are for love. They're for immortality. They're for healing and friendship. So apples, you can use every part of them from the peel to the core to the stem, and especially the seeds. The seeds are what are used in magical workings for immortality because they have arsenic in them. They are also considered the food of the dead, which is why you see a lot of Samhain and Halloween activities revolve around apples, like bobbing for apples and so on. So it's one that you guys will always be able to get a hold of very easily. So let's talk about avocados. Avocados are used for love, for lust, and for beauty, and they are used in sex magic workings. So you didn't even know that you like avocados for a reason, right? Bamboo is another plant that is found readily in a lot of people's homes, the lucky bamboo plants. These are for luck, for protection, for wishes, and also for hex breaking. So you can ask the plant for a tiny bit of itself to use in any hex breaking spell work that you're doing. Bananas are for potency, for fertility, and for prosperity. So here's the thing about bananas too. While a ripe banana is for this, bananas in general, if you want to let one rot, can be used for the opposite, for impotency, for things going wrong, and for actually hexing somebody to make them not as prosperous. Basil is one that is found at the grocery store, very easy to get. It is for love and wealth and protection, but also for exorcism. It can help to get rid of confusion and fears and weakness and drive off hostile spirits. Bay leaves are the next one I want to talk about, and they are for protection, for good fortune, success, strength, psychic powers, etc. You write your wishes on a bay leaf and you either burn it in a working, you can lay it on the top of a simmer pot, you can bury them. There are all kinds of different ways you can use a bay leaf in your workings. So some of the other herbs that are in here on this massive list, guys, you will find at different places. Do not ever feel like you have to have all of these, okay? The ones I'm going through now are the most common ones and ones that you can usually find at your local store or grocery store. So how about black pepper? I personally love using black peppercorns, but flaked black pepper works just as well. It is for banishing negativity, for exorcism, and for protection from evil. Blueberries are for protection. Blueberries are said to cause confusion in an enemy's path if you are able to get them in the path of an enemy. But I eat some every morning. I absolutely love blueberries. Cabbage is another one that is for fertility, for profit, for good luck. It's also for money magic and for lunar magic. Cactus itself, oh, I found an error. Cactus itself is for chastity, for banishing, and for protection. So if you're doing a working that is for banishing or protection, or maybe a cheater, cactus is a great one to use. Calendula flowers are for psychic and spiritual powers and for legal matters. They're also for protection and protection from evil, protection in a justice situation, a legal matter, etc. Carnations are for protection, strength, and healing, enhancing your magical powers and balance. Cedar is one that I use a lot. It is a sacred wood to several different cultures. It is for confidence, for strength, for purification, protection, and healing. This right here is one of the things that you can use to smoke your house for consecrating that space. You can use it to smoke an item if you are dedicating it to yourself. It's very, very wonderful to use to dedicate something, a space, etc., to yourself as a holy space or whatever. Chamomile is one that you guys are going to see everywhere. It is in everything. So chamomile is actually considered the herb of the gods when it comes to the Norse and Celtic pantheon, the Norse especially. The Norse believe that it grows in the gardens and the yards in Asgard. So it is one that if you are working with Norse deities, it is a great one to burn if you aren't sure what to use. It is for love and healing and reducing stress. Cinnamon is another one of my absolute favorite ones to use for multiple reasons, but it is for spirituality. It's for healing and protection, for boosting your personal power, and for strength and prosperity. So it can be used in so many different things. I actually have cinnamon sticks above the doors in my house, the ones that go in or out. So those that walk through have prosperity and protection and health, but it also protects my place from people that may not really need to be there. Cloves are another one that are found in almost every home in the grocery store. The uses for them include banishing hostile or negative forces, protection, and gaining what you're seeking. So these can be used in hex breaking and rumor stopping spells, driving them into a candle, into a piece of fruit or whatever. They're wonderful to use in simmer pots because it helps protect the space that it's burning in. And they're also wonderful in any kind of working where you need spiritual protection or a spiritual boost. Now, dandelions are something that you guys find everywhere, all over the place. The whole dandelion plant itself is pretty much edible, but dandelion leaves, not the flowers, but the leaves are used for summoning spirits, for purification and defeating negativity, not banishing it, but overcoming it, defeating it. Now, dandelion roots are used in divination, in wishes, and in calling spirits. And I will tell you that dandelion root does not smell the greatest, but it is what it is. Dragon's blood is a type of herb that you're going to find mostly at metaphysical shops. You can find the oils and so on. You see dragon's blood sage. This is usually white sage that is coated in this kind of incense. It's bright red. It is for protection, for bringing in energy, for adding energy to a working, and for purification. Echinacea is one that most people, if you have been in the herbal realm at all, you've at least heard the name of it. Now, aside from the medicinal uses, for the metaphysical uses, it adds a massive amount of power to charms, to herb mix, and to sachets. It's great for money drawing magic as well. Eucalyptus is the next one here. This is for healing vibrations, for great protection, and it is used in healing sachets, in amulets, and things like that. Frankincense is one that you guys are going to find in a lot of metaphysical stores. You can find the oil. This one is for successful ventures, for cleansing, situation and for purification. This is one that is used as an offering in multiple pagan holidays such as Beltane, Beeltana, Lammas, and Yule. It enhances any type of topaz as well. Garlic is one I love personally the taste of, but it is for exorcism, for protection, for purification, and of course, repulsion of vampires. It's used in a whole bunch of different types of workings and spells, and it is great for your immune system and medicinally as well. Ginger, whether it's the root, the powder, whatever, it draws in adventure and new experiences. Ginger also is for sensuality, for sexuality, for personal confidence, for prosperity and success. So if you're doing any kind of fertility or love magic, then that's exactly one of the things that you want to use. Now, hibiscus is the next one that you guys are going to come across a lot. Hibiscus is amazing for love, magic, for love and lust. Not so much fertility, but for love, for divination and dreams. It is fantastic for putting in a sleep sachet, for putting next to your bed, etc. Ivy. Now, this is ivy in general. It's not any specific type of ivy. It's just an ivy. Now, each different ivy has something it's associated with, but the ivy plants, that whole thing of plants, is for protection, for healing, for fertility and love. Hanging an ivy plant in the front of your house or having it in your living room, like close to the door where people come in and out, will repel negative influences and discourage unwanted guests. You're going to find that there are a whole bunch of plants that you guys already have around your house, that you have around, whether it's inside or outside, are for amazing spiritual things. So let's talk about lavender. Lavender is one that's probably the most prevalent in any kind of magical working, shop, etc. It is for love, for sleep, for purification and peace, also for protection and healing. It is used in so many different things, and you guys can see that it's a pretty versatile herb. For the most part, lavender is used to calm a situation as well. Lemon is the next thing I want to talk about. Lemons are for cleansing. They're for spiritual opening, like opening up your abilities, your gifts, your path. They're for purification and removal of blockages. So they are great to purify your home with. They are great to soak up negativity, etc. Lettuce is the next thing I want to talk about. And this is iceberg, romaine, all the types of lettuce. They're for divination. They're for lunar magic, for sleep, love spells, and male sex magic. Lime is one of my favorite things, and I love to drink water with lime in it. You can mix lime, anise seed, and water for an amazing spiritual purification drink. Lime is for purification and protection. It also promotes calmness and tranquility and strengthens love around you. So for those of you guys that love limes, there you go. Marigolds are a flower that you're going to find in a lot of gardens all over the place. It attracts respect and admiration. It also provides good luck in court and other legal matters. So it is great to use in a bath spell. Putting marigolds in your bath for 5 days in a row will help you find Mr. or Mrs. Right. Mint, and this is all of the mints in general, whether this is peppermint, spearmint, catnip, etc., promote energy, communication, and vitality. They draw customers into a business. So if you guys are business owners, mint is going to be one of your best friends. Now, the next two are not quite so readily available at the grocery store. You can usually find these at most metaphysical shops or online. I carry them in my shop as well. Mugwort. Mugwort is to increase lust and fertility. It also helps with depression, madness, any kind of mental issues. You place it around scrying tools and divination tools when you are consecrating them, when you are boosting their personal power. or you can put it by your bed for astral travel. It's great in sleep protection jars, and it's great to use if you travel in your sleep. Mullein is the next one. Mullein is protection from nightmares, from sorcery. It's courage. It's also used in curses and invoking spirits. It is great to use in a dream pillow or beside your bed for a spiritual protection, especially at night. Nutmeg is one you guys probably have up in your cabinet right now. The magical uses for nutmeg include attracting money and prosperity, bringing in luck and protection, and it's also used in breaking hexes and negative magic done against you. Onions, and this is for all types of onions, are for prosperity. They're for stability, endurance, and protection. Oranges attract abundance and happiness. Throughout the Buddhist community and most parts of Asia, oranges are happiness. They are prosperity. They also will help with love and marriage. You can use a divination. You can use orange for a divination if you don't have anything else. But when you eat an orange, you think about your question. It needs to be a yes or a no question. When you are done, you take the seeds and you count them. An even number of seeds means no. An odd number means yes. Palo Santo is one that you guys are going to find at most metaphysical shops. You can order online. You can order it in an incense, in a stick, etc. This is to cleanse and dedicate a space as your personal space. Parsley is one that you can find at the dollar store. This protects and calms the home. It draws in prosperity, increases your financial status and your luck, and it helps to restore a sense of well-being. When you use it in spells, it will help increase the strength and vitality after an illness or surgery. Patchouli is one you guys are going to find everywhere. This one right here is used in different workings for money and love. They're usually used to draw things in. They're great for fertility workings, especially in business. Pecans, depending on if you like pecans or not, are associated with employment, with success, with job security, and with anything having to do to your career. Peppermint is one of my favorite herbs because I love the medicinal use of it. Medicinally, peppermint is amazing for nausea. It's also for energy, but it is to increase the vibration of a space. Whether this is by burning it in an incense, by drinking it in a tea, etc., it will raise your vibration. It also is great for healing and purification. It will bring about peaceful sleep and prophetic dreams if you have it in a sleep sachet beside your bed. It can also help clear out sickness and negative energy if it's burned in a home or in a place. Roses are something that are found everywhere. Everybody loves roses. You're going to find them everywhere. They are mainly, I said that twice. Okay. Roses are mainly for love workings. They're for fertility. They're for enjoying the good things in life, the wonderful, peaceful, happy things in life. Rosemary is used in healing poppets for good health. They're used in love and lust spells. They're also for memory, for purification, protection, and removing negativity. Salt is one of the things that people forget about. Salt is connection to the divine. This is why it's great to use as a purification for a circle or whatever. Sage is used for self-purification, and dealing with grief and loss. Using it in something as far as a working, not just burning it in your home. It's for bringing wisdom, for mental abilities, and for spiritual, emotional, mental, physical health and longevity. There are a ton of other different herbs in this document that I'm scrolling through as I'm teaching this. You guys are going to come across some that you may not know the name of it, that it's listed here, but I love that this list has all of the other different names of it. So you're going to see things on here that you're like, I've never heard that ever in my life. But the great thing is when you guys are looking at other spell work, when you're looking in books and so on, and you find the name of an herb or something, maybe it's an old name or a name from another part of the world and you don't recognize it, this is a great cheat sheet to go back at and scan through and find that name. So as I mentioned, this right here will be on the website for you guys to use as well. Please, please download it, enjoy it. It is a great, massive list here. And as I said, it's over 40 pages. So enjoy all of it.